Hi everyone, my name is Irene and welcome to Theo and Olaf. This is Olaf here. He is now 5 months old, or 21 weeks to be precise. And we want to give you an update in terms of how he's doing. Some of you may have seen our last update video when he was 12 weeks old, and you can find that video here. So Olaf today is about 37 pounds. He's a pretty chunky and fluffy boy. He's had the opportunity to have a few play dates. It's been interesting to see how big he is. He's met a 4-month-old puppy who was so much smaller than him. He's met a year-old Sammy who was just barely bigger than him. So we think he's gonna get pretty big. In terms of how we're doing, we are getting a lot more rest than before. Thank you for everyone who commented and showed concern and provided words of encouragement. Olaf isn't completely sleeping through the night sometimes. Sometimes he'll wake up in the middle of the night because it's hot, he wants to get water, or he wants his ice pack changed. So it's not like we are completely getting a full night's rest all the time, but it's a lot more manageable and we're doing a lot better. Olaf still has some hyper moments. When he's really excited about it, he gets very barky. So when he wants to go outside and see new people or meet new dogs, he barks a lot. Whenever we take him out to dog park, it's bark, 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 bark. So it's, yes, that's you. So it's very easy to tell which one is Olaf. But at the same time, he's just very friendly. He does very well with other dogs. Sometimes he's like super invasive, gets into the dogs' faces, and after a while they're just like, okay, we're done. But he just loves dogs. He's really great around little kids too, that we discovered that recently. We took him to a park and all the kids were just calling his name like Olaf, Olaf, and he was just having a great time. So that was really good to know because we had actually never introduced him to little kids until just a few days ago. Olaf has also recently started going to puppy kindergarten. We would have taken him earlier, except that his vaccination schedule and the training place that we went to, their schedule didn't really align with ours. So he's actually the biggest kid in his class. He knows a lot of commands at home. He does really well with SIT, STAY. Olaf, place. Down. Yeah, he's a lot better at home, but especially at his puppy kindergarten class, he gets so distracted. And when he's distracted, of course, he's barking all the time. So it's a little bit embarrassing for us because the instructor will be talking and then he'll start barking. He'll try to go towards the center of our class or talk to the other dogs, and we're just holding him back or trying to indicate on his snout to keep his trap shut, but he'll still keep going at it. So that's been a really real challenge for us, but hopefully it also gets better over time once he loses the novelty of seeing all those people and dogs. In terms of Olaf's health, overall he's doing pretty well. We did have a few scares in which we had to call the vet and almost had to go to urgent care. One instance of that was one time Olaf hurt his paw, he was limping, couldn't put weight on it, so we just had him rest for the whole day, and when he still wasn't walking by the afternoon, we actually took him to urgent care, or tried to take him to urgent care, but there was a long wait, so that didn't actually go through. And then Olaf has also been having issues with digestion. He actually has diarrhea pretty often. We were trying to get him on a raw diet earlier, but that wasn't doing so well with his tummy. So we took a step back, introduced kibble, but there are still times where he'll just get diarrhea for who knows what reason. Sometimes we think it might be something in the grass. Sometimes it could be something in his water. We're not really sure, but we were having to clean up a lot of diarrhea. So we're also just trying to be more diligent in terms of where he's putting his nose, what he's putting in his mouth, and we're going to revisit his nutrition and just see, what works best for him, and just being really mindful of treats and just things that we put into his system. Olaf's adult teeth are starting to come in now. Occasionally when we play tug of war, we'll see his baby teeth just come flying out. There have been maybe 5 to 7 of those that we found. And in terms of teething, he hasn't been in too much pain or hasn't been too bitey. I know that has been an issue with a lot of puppy owners, but the biting hasn't been too bad. Occasionally he'll still try to follow our hand and try to put it in his mouth, but he doesn't really bite or chew on things so far. One thing to know is that even though Olaf is a big boy now, he's still a big crybaby. When he takes a bath, he still cries a lot. Not as bad as before, but he definitely doesn't like the sound of running water or the sound of the dryer. And when it comes to car rides, he whines a lot too. He's always moving around. So we actually got him a car seat bucket so that he stays more in place and a little bit more secure. So hopefully the whining during those things go down, and hopefully realizes that when he's in the car, usually that means a trip to the dog park to see more people and more dogs. So yeah, that's just a quick summary of how Olaf is doing at 5 months. In terms of the things we're focusing on, we're working on making sure that he pays attention to us while he's being distracted by other things. And we're working on leash walking, making sure that there's a loose leash. He does love to pull, so we're working on making sure that he doesn't pull so much anymore. Thanks so much for watching. If you've also gone through this journey up to 5 months, let me know in your comments how it's been. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching.